A Day with Caleb. Today's video is actually right behind me. As you can see here, when you have so many of one thing, you tend to run out of room. So this video, we discuss what I'm trying to do, what maybe some space saver tips, what the future is going to hold. If I keep collecting, how will this end? Will I be one of those people on Hoarders Buried Alive with movies? Find out in today's video. As you can see, this collection didn't happen overnight. Actually, we moved quite a bit in our early years growing up. We had two boxes of movies that we could have, and you bet your bottom that Mummy and Mummy Returns was in those two boxes. But as you can see, we've kind of expanded over the years, and I'm running out of room. I don't know about Josh. Uh, so one of the videos that is probably after this one will show my new app where I keep track of all these titles, because I have gotten duplicates before, and that is not fun to come home and find the same movie that you just bought that you already had. So check that video out, coming soon. But when I started that app, I needed a way to to make more room in the collection. So as you can see behind here, these are stacked normal, but then behind here, can you see that? It's stacked the other way. So imagine this in the back row is laying flat, which opens up more room to grow. These could actually go sideways too. The only problem with that is the more you put on these shelves, the more they're going to kind of bend a little bit, and we do not want that. So that is the temporary solution for now as we expand. I didn't think I would ever get to 15,000 titles. That just seemed unobtainable at the time when I started. You get one bookshelf here, and you kind of grow that up. A lot of movie places went out of business, so that kind of helped the growth exponentially. That helped a lot. We had 4 Blockbusters close around our area, and we got tons and tons for $1, some $2, depending on what day we went. Right at the end, we went to, I think, 3 of the 4 on the last day, and they were pretty much giving stuff away. Then we had another local movie place, Movie Stop. If you're familiar with GameStop, think of GameStop, but instead of selling video games, they sold movies. They didn't go out of business, but the owner wanted to focus on some other endeavors, so he was selling the space that Movie Stop was in. So we got a bunch of movies from there, bunch of movies from Goodwill. We have people we paint for, family, friends, that give us movies that they're getting rid of, whether they get some kind of streaming service or they're just looking to unload some movies. We've got a bunch from that, a bunch of free movies. So it adds up once you start. Comment down below what your collection is. Do you collect movies? Do you collect? I know Cinema Cygnus used to collect Pez, and I do collect other things. Just movies are the priority. I do have a small little trading card collection. I have posters, comic books, video games, just a lot of smaller collections. But eventually, what the dream is to find my own house and build this epic movie library, kind of similar to the shelves Dave CS uses. Uh, where it's kind of wraps around the whole room, the whole interior, have a TV set up. That would be the dream, but as of yet, we have not become a millionaire, and I don't have the means or funds to move into a house, so we're kind of stuck here. But that is the pipe dream. Down the road, maybe in a couple years, we'll get a massive library, and of course, I will film that for y'all when that does happen one day, hopefully soon, because these poor movies and my poor shelves cannot sustain much more, and I will keep collecting. It might we might have to pare down some if we stay here in this room, but as you can see, these shelves right here are, they're not the strongest, and if I add any more to that will break. I do realize that. There's been some comments stating the bowing of the shelves. I do realize that. I can see it. But we are out of, I won't say we're out of options, because when I went through and logged with that app, I did open up a lot of space. I was actually surprised, because these you could not get to. So what are my thoughts? To sum that thought up, as more and more stores, especially movie stores, are closing, and more of the bigger stores, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, their physical media kind of dwindling down, will there be physical media in the next 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, hopefully? So, will I be collecting physical DVDs, Blu-ray? Haven't gone to 4K. Don't know if I want to start down that road. But will there be physical media that I can purchase to add to said collection? Or will that go away? A lot of people thought VHS would die, but it carried on for a long time, and there's a lot of formats that never made the jump to DVD, and then a lot of movies never made, still have yet to get a Blu-ray release, and we're on to 4K now. So, will physical media die? I hope not. Being a big movie fan, I am one of those physical media collectors. I do have some streaming services, yes, Disney Plus, Netflix, so I do like those, but I always like to have the physical format For a while, I would have the digital codes and put it on Flickster. I had probably 300 titles or so on Flickster, and then they kind of updated it to where if you had it in standard format or like a HD version, I forget how it went, those you could not play anymore. They would be there, but they would kind of be blacked out. So then I tried resetting the Flickster app. It lost all my movies, digital movies. I still have my physical movies, so that's kind of my mindset after losing hundreds of digital movies. I still have Voodoo, and Voodoo has held up pretty well. I've had that probably 6 or 7 years. Have probably 500 on there, 500 digital movies, probably, give or take. I need to actually log those into my new app too to keep track of my digital movies. Because I'm sure I have one or two digital movies that I don't have a physical release of. But I like to have the movie in hand. If I want to watch Rocky 4, I can go right over there, pull it out, and watch it. Some of these, never, like I showed in the room tour, kind of over against the back wall, Clubhouse Detectives. That did get a DVD release, but digital, I don't think ever got a digital release. But I can go physically over there, put it in the VCR, and watch it. A lot of these digital streaming services kind of flip flop titles. There was a big thing with The Office getting moved from one streaming service to another. So I really enjoy collecting physical media. It's just kind of getting hard now with space being limited, but we always find a way. Uh, like Jeff Goldblum says, life finds a way. Media will find a way. This kind of a unique take. Is there something you collect where you're kind of running out of room and need space? Where I'm sure we all have something like that. So like the video, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, we have some new friends joining us over the past weeks and days. So welcome and share with a movie lover. Until next time, guys, keep collecting.